AI never sleeps, and this week has been absolutely insane. Genesis dropped a full robotics simulation stack that replaces months of real-world testing with compute. Tencent open-sourced a translation model that fits on a phone at 440 megabytes. A tiny 2B model that can watch any video and tell you exactly what happens and when. An open-source avatar model that beats HeyGen at lip sync. A $2,500 humanoid robot you can 3D print and build at home. A world model that generates a full minute of 720p video with camera control. A real-time transformer that beats YOLO at detection and segmentation. ByteDance dropped a single model that does image and video generation, editing, and understanding, and an uncensored video model you can run locally. So let's jump right in. First up, this is a big deal for robotics. It's called Genesis World 1.0, and it's a complete simulation infrastructure from Genesis AI, built to make robot training faster and more reliable. Most people assume simulation is just for generating fake training data. Genesis World takes a different approach. They use it primarily as an evaluation engine. Instead of running real-world robot experiments every time you want to test a model checkpoint, you run a sim and get a reliable signal instantly. More GPUs means faster research. Genesis World 1.0 ships 3 components. First is NIX, a real-time path-traced renderer for photorealistic simulated scenes. Second is the Genesis World physics platform with a penetration-free contact solver for rigid and deformable objects. Third is Quadrants, a Python to GPU compiler that lets you run thousands of parallel environments at once. The key result? Their simulation-based evaluation strongly correlates with real, on-hardware rollouts, without relying on any simulated training data. Compared to Isaac Sim or Mujoko, this is more holistic. Rendering, physics, and GPU compilation, all in one stack. Purpose-built for robotics foundation models. It's already open-sourced on GitHub. If you're interested in reading further, I'll link to this main page in the description below. Also this week, Tencent open-sourced HiMT2, a family of fast-thinking, multilingual translation models. 3 sizes, 1.8 billion, 7 billion, and a 30 billion mixture of experts. All 3 support 33 languages. The 1.8 billion model quantized is just 440 megabytes, fully offline on a phone, no cloud call needed. The fast-thinking approach means it reacts like a professional human translator instead of deeply reasoning through semantics before generating output. Faster, more direct, no unnecessary overhead. You can give it terminology consistency rules, specify formal versus casual tone, define style constraints, and it follows all of that across the full translation. In benchmarks, the 1.8 billion version rivals Gemini at translation tasks, which for a 440 megabyte model is genuinely impressive. All 3 sizes are already on Hugging Face and Model Scope. If you're interested in reading further, I'll link to this main page in the description below. OpenBMB and Tsinghua University released BitCPM-CANN, the first 1.58-bit LLM trained entirely on Huawei's Ascend NPU, not Nvidia. 1.58-bit means every weight is compressed to one of 3 values, -1, 0, or 1. That's roughly 90% bit width reduction, giving you about 6 times less memory at inference time. The 8B model retains 95.7% to 97.2% of full precision mini CPM4 performance across 11 benchmarks. Almost no quality loss for a 6 times memory saving. Training overhead was also minimal, only 5% throughput degradation versus full precision runs on the Ascend 910B. That's the real story here. This proves you can train a competitive 8B model at extreme compression on domestic Chinese NPU hardware, entirely independent of Nvidia. The full family, 0.5B, 1B, 3B, and 8B is on Hugging Face under Apache 2.0. If you're interested in reading further, I'll link to this main page in the description below. This is really useful for anyone working with video. It's called Marlin 2B, a 2B video language model that answers two very practical questions about any video: what is happening and when. You give it a video, and it outputs a scene summary plus a list of events with second precise timestamps. Event A from 0.0 to 4.2 seconds. Event B from 5.1 to 11.3 seconds. Fully machine readable. There's also a find mode where you write a natural language query, when does someone walk into the room? And it returns a start-end time span. It runs on a single consumer GPU. At 2 billion parameters, it's the strongest open model in its weight class on both Dream 1K dense captioning and TimeLens Bench temporal grounding, competitive with Gemini 2.5 on those tasks, at a fraction of the cost. Available on Hugging Face from Nemo Station. If you're interested in reading further, I'll link to this main page in the description below. Also, this week, Meituan's LongCat team open-sourced LongCat Video Avatar 1.5. Give it a portrait image plus an audio clip, and it generates a video of that person speaking with stable identity, accurate lip sync, and consistent motion throughout.
First time I went with a film, an Australian film that was in the marketplace. So I got in to see The Ice Storm.
The biggest upgrade is the audio encoder. They swapped Wave 2 Vec 2 for Whisper Large V3, and the lip sync improvement is immediately noticeable, even on fast or complex audio. Multi-segment rolling inference keeps the person's face consistent across longer videos without identity drift. Inference now runs in just 8 steps via DMD distillation, about 15 times faster than before. They tested on 508 image audio pairs with 770 human evaluators, and it outperforms both HeyGen and Kling Avatar 2.0. Supports realistic and stylized domains, including anime, animals, and multi-person scenes. MIT licensed, full code and model weights on Hugging Face. If you're interested in reading further, I'll link to this main page in the description below. Hugging Face released LeRobot Humanoid, an open-source, 3D printable, bipedal humanoid robot you can build for around $2,500 in parts. That's the key number. Lab humanoids cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. This one is designed for builders and researchers who want a real humanoid they can modify, break, repair, and run actual experiments on. What makes it different from other open-source robot projects is the full stack release. Not just hardware files. They shipped the 3D print files, complete assembly docs, a runtime, identification tools, and training environments all together. You can go from building the robot to simulating it to collecting training data to deploying a trained policy on hardware, all within one pipeline. It's already on GitHub. If you're interested in reading further, I'll link to this main page in the description below. There's a new open source world model worth knowing about. It's called Sana WM Bidirectional, a 2.6 billion parameter image-to-video diffusion transformer that generates 720p videos up to a full minute long with precise 6DOF camera control. 6DOF means full position and orientation in 3D space, where the camera is, where it's pointing, how fast it moves. Most open source video models give you no camera control at all. This is a significant step up for virtual production, cinematic generation, or any use case where camera movement matters. Apache 2.0 works with the standard diffusers library available on Hugging Face right now. If you're interested in reading further, I'll link to this main page in the description below. Supertone released Supertonic 3, a lightweight on-device TTS system that runs entirely locally via ONNX runtime with no cloud call required. 31 languages, no GPU needed, compact enough for mobile deployment. The reading accuracy upgrade in version 3 is meaningful. It handles complex names, numbers, abbreviations, and mixed language text much better than version 2, which is exactly where lightweight TTS models usually break in production. If you need fast, reliable, offline speech synthesis for a voice assistant, accessibility tool, or embedded product, this is one of the cleanest solutions available right now. Available on Hugging Face and GitHub with a Python SDK under the Open Rail license. If you're interested in reading further, I'll link to this main page in the description below. RoboFlow expanded RF-DETR to include full instance segmentation. RF-DETR is a real-time object detection and segmentation model accepted at ICLR 2026, built on a Dino V2 vision transformer backbone. Instance segmentation means pixel-level masks for every object, not just bounding boxes. On the Microsoft Coco segmentation benchmark, it's 3 times faster and more accurate than YOLO 11L. The 2XL model hits 60.1 AP 50 to 95, which is state-of-the-art for real-time inference. The family runs from nano at 2.3 milliseconds per frame, fast enough for live video, up to 2x large for high-accuracy server deployment. Requires a CUDA GPU with at least 8 GB VRAM. Core models, nano through large, are Apache 2.0 on Hugging Face right now. If you're interested in reading further, I'll link to this main page in the description below. Also, this week, ByteDance Research released Lance, a single any-to-any multimodal model that covers text-to-video, text-to-image, video editing, image editing, multi-turn consistency editing, video understanding, and image understanding. The multi-turn consistency editing is the standout. Most generation tools reset context on every edit, so iterating on a scene gets messy. Lance maintains consistency across multiple rounds. Change the background, adjust the lighting, tweak a character, and everything still coheres. The understanding capability also sets it apart. You can ask questions about a video or image and get intelligent answers back. So this is not just a generation model. Benchmarks are competitive across most tasks, making it practical for media workflows where you want one unified model deployment. Apache 2.0, full weights on Hugging Face. If you're interested in reading further, I'll link to this main page in the description below. Also, this week, there's a community-funded open-source video model called Sulfur 2. It's a 9 billion parameter uncensored video generation model built on LTX 2.3, made possible by 2 anonymous funders. The focus is removing the content restrictions of mainstream video models. For creative use cases, commercial platforms reject adult animation, horror, experimental art. This fills a real gap. GGUF quantized versions run at around 9.5 gigabytes in Q8, which fits on most mid-range consumer GPUs. The community has already built merges and variants on top of it, including a well-regarded image-to-video merge from TenStrip. In terms of raw quality, it won't replace CDance 2.0 or Kling, but for uncensored, local video generation, it's currently one of the most accessible options available. It's on Hugging Face now. If you're interested in reading further, I'll link to this main page in the description below. Anyways, that sums up all the highlights in AI this week. Let me know in the comments what you think of all of this. Which piece of news was your favorite? And which tool are you most looking forward to trying out? As always, I will be on the lookout for the top AI news and tools to share with you. So if you enjoyed this video, remember to like, share, subscribe, and stay tuned for more content. Also, there's just so much happening in the world of AI every week. I can't possibly cover everything on my YouTube channel. So to really stay up to date with all that's going on in AI, be sure to subscribe to my free weekly newsletter. The link to that will be in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.